So I'm just going to make this a little bit larger so you can see it better. But if you remember yesterday, we focused on how our perception of the character in the video Be Brave changed. We're going to do the same thing with the text, How to Transform an Everyday Ordinary Hoop Court. And so remember, as we read, we want to investigate what is happening in the text. And specifically, we looked at the text evidence that changes our perception of the character. So I really focused in on this section where the narrator's father is initially in the car with him, and they're driving to the basketball center. He's first going with him in the morning. And when I first read those pages, I really thought maybe there was a strained relationship between the father and the son. So initially I thought dad was distant, because on page 5 it says, during the entire 30-minute drive south, your old man will say 2 sentences to you. So again, this made me think that the narrator and his dad did not have a very close relationship. As I continue to read into or further on in that story, I realized that's not the case, that my initial perception of the father was wrong. When the narrator gets pulled into the police station and dad has to come get him out and he's speaking to the police officer, I realized that dad was very understanding and very supportive of his son. And going back to the text evidence, this was revealed through the dad's actions when the narrator was arrested, and dad says on page 8, "Don't worry." And then he begins to rub his shoulder. He's letting his son know that he did nothing wrong, that this was kind of all on the police officer. And so my perspective again changed, because I saw how he was trying to protect his son. You know, the physical idea of putting the hand around the shoulder, but also the verbal, words he said to his son, trying to teach him the way of the world. Like, this is what the police did because of your race. So my initial perception of the father was completely wrong. And it took reading further to understand the true relationship between the father and the son.